Change is the only constant. Every particle in the universe appears to testify to the reality of change. The sun that rises must eventually set, and after the darkest night, dawn inevitably arrives. This principle of nature applies to human beings as well. Humanity has passed through countless transformations. If we look at history, the journey of human beings, from living in caves to constructing magnificent palaces, from wandering as nomads to building great cities, from establishing towns to farming vast empires, proves only one thing: change is inevitable. If a nation enjoys its peak today, tomorrow it may decline because of its own weaknesses. This is exactly what happened with many great empires and states in human history. They rose to extraordinary heights and later experienced decline. However, there was one common feature among many of them. They witnessed a period of extraordinary excellence, what we call a golden age. If we talk about the Islamic world, the period from the 18th to 13th century CE is widely considered its golden age. If we speak of the British Empire, the era after the Industrial Revolution, especially the Victorian age, is often regarded as its golden period. Similarly, the present-day great power, the United States of America, began its golden period after the Second World War, and to a considerable extent it continues even today. And when we look at contemporary China, it seems to be rapidly moving towards its own golden age. Yet this would not be the first time. In ancient times, under the Tang dynasty, China had already experienced a magnificent golden phase. But pause here for a moment and think. When so many nations and empires enjoyed their golden age, did the civilizations of the Indian subcontinent also experience such a time? Was there ever a period when the subcontinent reached a level of political stability, economic prosperity, intellectual brilliance, and cultural magnificence that could truly be called a golden age? In this video, we'll discuss when did the golden age arrive in the subcontinent, what were the reasons behind it, what factors transformed the era into a truly golden period, and under which empire did such a developed and flourishing subcontinent emerge. Friends, for your ease, let me clarify something important. To determine whether a state truly experienced a golden age, historians generally examine four major factors. If these four elements exist together, we may confidently describe that period as golden. First, peace and stability. A country should not be in a constant state of war. Citizens must live secure, peaceful, and content lives. Second, economic strength. The state must be economically prosperous, development projects should be active, and people should have access to stable employment and opportunity. Third, creative advancement. Progress in art, architecture, literature, and cultural expression is essential. Fourth, intellectual and scientific development. The society should produce new ideas, scientific discoveries, and advancement in knowledge. Around 320 CE, a new power emerged in northern India. Its foundation was laid by Chandragupta I, and it later became known in history as the Gupta Empire. Its initial center was the region of Magad, modern-day Bihar, with Patliputra, present-day Patna, serving as a major political capital. Gradually, this state expanded across the fertile plains of the Ganges and brought a large portion of northern India under its control. Over time, the Gupta Empire moved steadily toward its zenith. Its true peak came in the 4th and 5th centuries CE, particularly under two rulers, Samudragupta and Chandragupta II. Samudragupta expanded the empire through military campaigns and unified much of northern India. Chandragupta II reign marked the height of political stability, economic prosperity, and cultural flourishing. This period is often described as the first golden age of India. Now let us understand why. Number 1. Political stability and administrative system. The real strength of the Gupta era was its political stability. When Chandragupta I came to power, northern India was divided into small kingdoms. He strengthened his positions through political alliances and strategic marriages. Samudragupta expanded the empire further. Many conquered rulers were not eliminated but made tributary states, tax-paying allies who retained limited autonomy. This reduced rebellion and administrative burden. Under Chandragupta II, the empire became not only vast but well organized. The administration was not excessively centralized. Provinces had authority, governors were appointed locally, and village councils functioned effectively. This balanced system prevented instability. The taxation system was organized but not brutally oppressive. One reason why major rebellions were rare, the Chinese traveler Fashians observed that people traveled safely, and punishments were relatively mild. His account reflects internal peace and order. Without political stability, economic and cultural progress would not have been possible. Number 2. Economy and trade. The Gupta economy was strong and balanced. Agriculture was the backbone. Fertile lands near rivers produced abundant crops, and farmers paid revenue to the state. But trade truly distinguished this period. India exported goods to the Roman world, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. Spices, silk, textiles, ivory, and precious stones. Gupta rulers issued large number of gold coins, clear evidence of economic strength. These coins displayed royal images and religious symbols, reflecting both financial stability and cultural identity. Urban centers such as Patliputra and Ujjain flourished. Artisans, goldsmiths, potters, and textile workers prospered. Economic growth reached beyond royal courts and benefited wider society. When markets thrive and employment is available, social stability follows. This economic vitality was a key pillar of the Golden Age. Number 3. Science, mathematics, and astronomy. One of the most remarkable achievements of the Gupta period was intellectual progress. The great mathematician Aryabhatta wrote the Aryabhatiya in 499 CE. He proposed that the Earth rotates on its axis and performed complex astronomical calculations. He systematized the decimal system and advanced the concept of zero, innovations that later transformed global mathematics. Medicine and metallurgy also progressed. The iron pillar of Delhi, resistant to corrosion for nearly 16 centuries, demonstrated extraordinary metallurgical skills. Astronomers explained solar and lunar eclipses scientifically rather than mythologically. The knowledge developed during this period later influenced the Islamic world and Europe. For this reason, the Gupta age is often called a period of scientific awakening. The Gupta era is considered the golden age of Sanskrit literature. Writers and poets received royal patronage. The most famous among them was Kalidas, author of Abhigyan Shakuntalam and other masterpieces. His works beautifully portrayed nature, love, and human emotions. Sanskrit gained official recognition, strengthening literary and scholarly productions. Drama, poetry, and philosophy flourished alongside religious texts. A civilization at war cannot produce refined literature. Cultural maturity reflected political and social balance. Number 5. Education and centers of learning. Education held a central place in this period. Nalanda University became a renowned center of learning where thousands of students studied religion, philosophy, logic, medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. Students from China and Central Asia traveled there, giving it international status. Temple architecture took structured form during the Gupta period. The Ajanta cave paintings still testify to the artistic brilliance of that era. Sculpture achieved new refinements, capturing human emotions with subtlety. Music, dance, and fine arts flourished. Cultural life in royal courts reflected harmony between governance, spirituality, and creativity. This civilizational balance transformed the Gupta period into a complete golden age. When we combine all these dimensions, like political stability, economic prosperity, scientific advancement, literary brilliance, educational institutions, architectural and cultural excellence,